He thought one brutal kick would finally shatter her. He had no idea it would summon 40 leather-clad reasons to regret it for the rest of his miserable life. Welcome to Midnight Tales, the channel where the darkest corners of the human soul get dragged into the light, and justice, no matter how long it takes, always shows up roaring. If you live for stories that make your blood boil and then cheer like hell when the tables turn, hit that subscribe button right now. Join the 1.2 million of us who refuse to look away. Now turn the lights low, lean in, and let me paint this for you. Northwood High, somewhere in America, between class chaos. Lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, laughter echoing. And then, silence. A silence so thick it felt like the whole school inhaled and forgot how to breathe. Lily sat on the cold linoleum, wrists bound behind her back with thick, coarse rope that had already bitten red canyons into her skin. A fresh slash ran from her temple to her jaw, blood still glistening. Her legs, useless from the disease that had been stealing them piece by piece, were folded awkwardly beneath her. She couldn't run. Couldn't even shield her face. Above her stood Kyle. Varsity jacket, perfect hair, $200 sneakers, now sporting a tiny scuff from her wheelchair. That scuff had cost her everything today. He'd waited until the hallway was nearly empty, dragged her from her chair, let his buddies tie her up, carved that new scar himself, then came back alone for the finale. He wanted to watch the light die in her eyes. He drew back his leg and drove that pristine sneaker straight into her face. The crack echoed like a gunshot. Her head snapped back, slamming into the locker with a metallic gong. Blood poured from her nose, painting her lips, her chin, dripping onto the floor in thick crimson drops. One single tear cut a clean line through the mess on her cheek. Kyle smiled the smile of someone who had never lost. That's what happens when you can't watch where you're going, cripple. 6 months earlier Lily had been the girl with charcoal under her nails and magic in her fingers. She could sketch your soul in 10 strokes and make you thank her for it. She rolled through those same halls in an electric wheelchair with quiet grace, head high, soft laugh floating behind her like music. The old scar on her face was from the wreck that killed her mom. The wheelchair was from the same wreck speeding up the disease that was eating her muscles alive. She lived with her older brother Mark in a house that's still haunted by their mother's perfume. Kyle came from money, trophies, and a father who taught him the world belonged to predators. Lily was simply prey that couldn't run. He started small, mocking her chair, accidentally bumping it, calling her Rolls Royce until the nickname stuck like poison. But Lily never gave him tears. That only made him hungrier. The day it exploded was over one microscopic scuff on his sneaker. He screamed in her face, spittle hitting her glasses. A teacher pulled him off and then, get this, told Lily to be more careful next time. The injustice burned hotter than the fresh cut would later. So Kyle waited. He knew the elevator was broken. He knew she'd have to take the empty East Wing hallway to reach the ramp. He and his 2 goons jumped her, dragged her from the chair, tied her, carved her, hid the chair, and left her there like trash. Then he came back alone to finish the job. The kick landed. Blood sprayed. And that's when the thunder started. At first everyone thought it was a low-flying plane. Then the windows began to rattle. Then the floor vibrated under their feet. It wasn't a plane. It was 40 Harley engines snarling in perfect, furious harmony. They didn't circle the school. They attacked it. Engines cut all at once outside the main doors. Silence slammed down harder than the roar had. Then the front doors opened, slow, deliberate, like the building itself was bowing. And they walked in. 40 bikers in worn leather, patched vests that read Steel Ghosts SMC, the wolf head on the back snarling at everyone in the hall. Boots hit the floor like war drums. Students flattened against lockers, mouths open, phones forgotten in trembling hands. The smell of gasoline, leather, and road dust flooded the corridor. They didn't look left or right. Every single pair of eyes locked on the girl bleeding on the floor and the boy still smirking above her. Kyle's smirk died the second he saw them. The man who stepped forward was older, temples gone grey, face carved by sun and fights. Ice blue eyes that could freeze fire. He took in Lily's ropes, the blood, the new scar, the swelling eye. A muscle jumped in his jaw. Then those eyes turned to Kyle. Kyle tried to speak. Nothing came out but a squeak. The big man spoke, quiet, gravel over steel. "Did you do this to her?" Kyle's mouth worked like a fish drowning in air. The giant biker with the braided beard, built like a refrigerator wearing a vest, knelt beside Lily. Hands that could crush skulls handled her like glass. He drew a Bowie knife and cut the ropes with surgical care. The second her wrists were free, she sagged. He caught her, lifted her against his chest like she weighed nothing. "It's okay, Lily girl," he rumbled, voice cracking for the first time. "Uncle Bear's got you." The leader stepped closer to Kyle until the boy was staring into those ice blue eyes from 2 inches away. "My name is Jax," he said, soft as death. "That girl you just kicked in the face. My niece. My dead sister's daughter. We gave her mother the quiet life she wanted. Kept our distance. Sent money. Watched from the shadows. But we made one promise, if anyone never touched her or her brother, the distance was over." He leaned in until Kyle could smell tobacco and road dust. Mark got a single text from his sister 10 minutes ago. One word, help. We were 5 miles out. Took us 9 minutes to get here. A pause that felt like the hallway shrank to the size of a coffin. "You got 9 seconds to convince me why I shouldn't let my club paint these walls with what's left of you." Kyle broke. Completely. Tears, snot, the whole pathetic show. The king of Northwood High collapsed into a sobbing puddle right there on the linoleum he'd just used as his throne. Jax looked at him like he was something stuck to the bottom of his boot. He turned to the principal, who had appeared looking like he was about to faint. "You let this cancer grow," Jax said. "It dies today. That boy is expelled, arrested, charged with everything the law allows. You will make it happen. Or we come back, and next time we're not nearly this polite." Then he looked at every frozen student in the hallway. "This is what happens when good people stand there and do nothing. Be better." They formed a rolling wall of leather around Lily's retrieved wheelchair and escorted her out like royalty leaving a prison. Engines fired up again, this time the roar sounded like freedom itself. Kyle got expelled the same day. His family's money and connections meant nothing against 40 sworn statements and the quiet knowledge that the Steel Ghosts were still watching. The judge sentenced him to 2 years of community service in the exact rehabilitation center where Lily once did therapy. He changed adult diapers and pushed wheelchairs for people who couldn't push back. Some lessons you only learn on your knees. Lily never went back to Northwood. She finished senior year at home, surrounded by uncles and aunts who rode Harleys and told the filthiest, funniest stories you've ever heard. That new scar never quite faded, but she wore it like war paint. She went on to study art therapy and now helps kids turn their pain into something beautiful. And the story. It blew up online. 40 bikers storming a high school to save one girl became legend. Because sometimes the cavalry doesn't wear badges. Sometimes it wears cuts and rides steel horses, and when family calls, it answers with thunder. This is Midnight Tales, where the underdog always gets their day and justice sometimes rolls up wearing leather and attitude. Drop your city or state in the comments. I want to know where my Midnight Riders are watching from tonight. Hit that bell so you never miss the next time evil thinks it's won. Because around here, it never does. See you in the dark.